Take a look at the Miami Heat, who have the highest pay.
A lot of money.
That's a whole bunch of money they're committing to a team that, even while winning 4 of its last 6, the Miami Heat are still 3 games below 500. So earlier tonight on 10 Before Tip, I asked Ira Winderman, who covers the Heat for the Sun Sentinel, if Miami will become buyers or sellers heading into the trade deadline.
I think they're going to be very happy that the trade deadline is still 6 weeks away so they can make that decision. They've been trending in the right way, even with Goran missing this time. Remember, he's missed 12 of the last 14 anyway. They've still come into this game. They've won 6 of the last 9, feeling a little bit better about themselves, although they have to find a way to win at home. So I think Pat's going to see if he can continue to showcase all his complementary players. The goal all along with this team was to try to be able to say, hey, we'll give you R2 for your 1. That's what the Jimmy Butler trade talks were about, is thinning out this roster by for a team that needs complementary players and maybe getting their guy. I spoke to Greg Anthony, who's going to be doing the game tonight on TNT, and even he said the Heat have a great team of complementary players. The problem is they have no one to complement. I think that'll be Pat Riley's last challenge. I'm not saying he's retiring, but I think he doesn't want to go into the sunset without getting at least one alpha on this team. I think that's his #1 priority right now.
Our thanks to Ira Winderman from the Sun Sentinel, who also wrote today that not too long ago, Pat Riley got on the practice court with the team because he was not happy with their level of conditioning. So this is a team that was built to have tradable assets, right? A team to land the next big fish after LeBron James left a few years ago. They weren't able to get the Jimmy Butler deal done. Now there will be plenty of trade rumors between now and the deadline, but what should Pat Riley look to do here with this team who has, I don't know what you feel their expectations were, but right now they're on the outside of the playoff picture.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest concern if you're a Heat fan, that you spent all this money on certain young guys, and some guys have developed, like we talked about Josh Richardson, who was part of that key piece back with the Jimmy Butler conversation was going on. So you're saying to yourself, which one of these guys can you put out there? Who has the best value, and what can you give back? We were talking before our meeting. We know Pat Riley's not big on draft picks unless it's going to be a top 5 pick where you think you can go out in the college market and get somebody in the upcoming year. But then you look at the contracts and you're saying, which one of these guys does another team really want? And everything from our meeting comes back to Josh Richardson. So you're saying, how bad and how much do you like Josh? Is Josh going to bring you back enough assets to add to, can you bring another superstar? And we say to ourselves, Miami's a place that people want to go. But for whatever reason, the last couple of years, Pat Riley hadn't been able to speak that magic like we've seen other GMs do out there in the West Bay area to get certain big guys and certain things to happen.
And what you're seeing from a lot of teams right now is a change in the trend of, instead of tearing it down, hoping with all this cap space to attract a free agent, there are teams like the Clippers, to a certain extent the Nets, who are saying, listen, we're going to try and build a core here because we don't know if we're going to get that free agent, and also we want a free agent to see a good complementary crew around you.
You bring up a great point, Jared, and I think that's what caught a lot of people off guard with the Clippers, that there wasn't that marquee name there, but Doc Rivers challenged each guy and brought in the right guys who had a chip on their shoulder to play a certain way. Kenny Atkinson, since he's taken over the head coaching job in Brooklyn, there's been no question. If you play for him, you're going to play the right way and hard, or you're not going to play. Spencer Dinwiddie from day one played hard. He gets blessed with a new contract. So you're right on point. How do you create that culture where a superstar wants to come, very similar like we've seen what the guy did that left Cleveland and went out to L.A.?
Last one for you on Miami, a guy who we had heard over the summer the Heat were trying to shop but just didn't get anybody to pick up the phone, was Hassan Whiteside. Mostly because he's got $27 million coming to him this year and another $27 million locked in next year. I want you to watch him tonight, right? A matchup against Capella, the pick and roll game. That's going to be huge for him to stay on the court.
It's going to be huge for him to stay on the court. Can you stay disciplined? Because Capella is probably 99% pick, roll to the basket. Every blue moon he may stop and pop and shoot that little 10-foot jump shot he's worked on. My question, my challenge for you, Hassan Whiteside, can we get that guy that everyone loved a few years ago that got you the big contract? If you play like that, then maybe a team may say, you know what, he's motivated again, and he's doing the things that he was showing us 2 years ago that warranted that big contract. If we see that kind of play tonight and the rest of the season,